Imagine being Prime Minister and suddenly realizing the country might not want you to stay. What happens when confidence collapses, not from the opposition, but from your own supporters, and even from TV viewers watching their morning news? Today we are asking a simple question with massive consequences. Is Keir Starmer's leadership starting to crumble? And why now? It all began with a bold interview in the Daily Mirror. Sir Keir Starmer confidently declared that he will lead Labour into the next general election. But here is the twist. Why would a Prime Minister need to reassure the public that he is staying? Is he sensing a threat? Or was the timing simply too unusual to ignore? On Good Morning Britain presenters Paul Brand and Susanna Reid reviewed the headline, and they were not impressed. Susanna asked the question many were thinking. Why focus on the cost of living crisis in this interview, important as it is, when a political storm is raging over the Home Secretary's asylum plans? Is Starmer trying to shift attention or avoiding an uncomfortable debate? Susanna Reid did not hold back. She openly said she was surprised by the way Starmer chose to frame his message. But then came the real political blow. Kevin Maguire, a regular on the show and well-connected inside Westminster, described the Prime Minister's position as very precarious. And then he dropped the bombshell. Labour MPs privately and even publicly were now discussing when he has to go. If his own MPs are losing faith, how serious is the situation? Are rumors circulating behind closed doors? Is Starmer fighting for survival far earlier than expected? Maguire warned that many MPs think voters have already made up their minds and not in Starmer's favor. Downing Street itself has reportedly acknowledged increased pressure. Why now? What shifted the political mood so dramatically in just a few weeks? Starmer insisting he will lead the next election might sound strong, but Maguire argued it is not his choice. The party, ultimately, even the public, could force the decision. Most prime ministers only make that kind of statement after 2 election cycles, not after just 16 months in office. So what does that tell us? Confidence issue? Political insecurity? Or is this simply Starmer trying to steady the ship? If Starmer hoped the public would rally behind him, the opposite happened. On X, formerly Twitter, the comments were brutal. One viewer wrote, "Starmer says he will be leading Labour at the next election. He will be gone next year." Another demanded, "We need a general election and for Keir Starmer to go." And someone else said, "I knew Labour would be bad, but never imagined they would be this bad." So the question becomes, is this just noisy criticism from social media or a genuine sign of collapsing public confidence? And more importantly, can Starmer win back voters before the next election cycle? When TV presenters, political insiders, and the public all question the stability of a government, there is a real story. Is Labour entering a crisis of leadership? Have expectations been too high? Or is this a temporary dip in confidence that Starmer can recover from? The biggest question is still ahead. Will the Labour Party stand behind him, or is the leadership already exploring alternatives? And what does this mean for Britain during a time of rising costs, migration debates, and global political uncertainty? Keir Starmer may insist he is leading his party into the next election, but politics is not about what you declare. It is about what your party, your public, and ultimately your voters believe. So what do you think? Is Starmer on solid ground, or is this the beginning of the end for his leadership? Source: Daily Express.